Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing something a little bit different. We are playing Historic Brawl. This is a format that I've wanted to try for a while. I just haven't had the commitment to just spend the wild cards to make a deck that was halfway decent. So I did that a couple of days ago, and I've been having a lot of fun with this deck and the mode. Yeah, I mean, it's just really fun. The problem is I started playing Magic in Crimson Vow, for those of you that don't know. So I'm kind of learning what the commanders are, what the synergies are, what the strategies are, and a lot of the old cards, I don't know. So if you're interested in seeing me kind of learn the ropes, play some games, and probably make some big mistakes, then stick around because this video is for you. Just going over the deck really quickly. And I know that a lot of you are standard players, so I'll go over some of the key cards here, but you'll see most of the synergies in the gameplay. This is the commander, Alela, Artful, Provocateur. Legendary creature, fairy, warlock, flying, death touch, and lifelink. It says other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0. And then whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell, create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying, which is actually a 2/1 because of the first bit of text. We also have 3 other creatures in the entire deck. We have Oracle of the Alpha, which is sweet. It's an alchemy card. Ooh, gross. But it has flying. When it enters the battlefield, conjure the power 9 into your library, then shuffle whenever Oracle of the Alpha attacks, scry 1. Basically, conjure just puts any number of these really sick cards into the deck. If you'll notice, a lot of them are Mox, Sapphire, Ruby, whatever. Basically, they're 0 mana artifacts that add different mana colors. Which, of course, when we play them, will create a 2/1 flying fairy creature token. I'm sure you know where this is going already. We also have Archon of Sun's Grace as the 3rd creature in the deck. Has flying and lifelink, and it says Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 white Pegasus creature token with flying. So whenever we play an enchantment, we get a 2/2 flying Pegasus with lifelink. We also have Rusko Clockmaker, quite a divisive card apparently now. As a commander, apparently it's one of the best commanders in the format. It's a new card from Alchemy again. And it says, whenever he enters the battlefield, conjure a card named Midnight Clock onto the battlefield. Midnight Clock is an artifact, and it says tap to add 1 blue mana, so it's a little bit of a ramp as well. 2 and a blue, put an hour counter on the Midnight Clock. At the beginning of each upkeep, put an hour counter on the clock, and then when it hits 12 counters, you shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards, and then you exile the clock. The other piece of text on Rusko here says, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an hour counter on each permanent you control named Midnight Clock, meaning if you... And this is why he's so good. Basically, people are using blink effects to keep getting Rusko out onto the battlefield, so they just get like a million clocks. And then whenever you... cast a non-creature spell, you get an hour counter on the clock, and you also drain the opponent for 1, and you gain 1. So yeah, it's very annoying apparently. But these are the 3 creatures in the deck. The 4 rather. We're mainly looking to combo off of Archon of Sun's Grace and then the Alela. And then these different piles are our artifacts, and I guess technically Steel Seraph is another creature, but I put it in the artifacts because it's mainly an artifact for our purposes. So we have our artifacts, our enchantments, our planeswalkers, kind of our tech counter spells, and then a bunch of draw and other like techie type spells, and then our sweepers, and then all our lands. So yeah, the artifacts pretty much are just ramp. So stuff like Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart, Mindstone, Ornithopter of Paradise, Buster. These are all just like tap, add mana type of things. We also have an actual Midnight Clock, similar to that, which is also ramp. Tome of the Infinite, Celestis, ramp again, and then the Steel Seraph, which is an artifact. So if we play this in conjunction with our commander, we create a 1/1 and then, or a 2/1 rather, and then also get the Seraph on the board. But where the real synergies are and where I kind of wanted to go with the deck is with these enchantments here. So we have Anointed Procession, which says if an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many tokens instead. So twice that many 2/1s, twice that many 2/2s. We have Smothering Tithe, which is also kind of ramp. This card is sweet though. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a treasure token. So good way to ramp out there because they don't want to pay. Cathar's Crusade is the other piece. says whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 on each creature you control. And then we also have Divine Visitation, which is if one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, that many 4/4 White Angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance are created instead. And since if we have this on the field, they'd actually come in as 5/4s with flying and vigilance. So basically we just try and take over the game by playing out a commander or having Archon of Sun's Grace on the field and then getting those 3 different enchantments down. Everything else is basically to keep us alive, and it's kind of like a control build. We also have Shark Typhoon, which is a really cool card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is the spell's mana value. So anything, and of course we only have like 5 creatures in the deck, so everything will trigger this pretty much. And then of course that triggers all of these as well. So you can see where we're going with this. What else is there? I think that's pretty... And of course, Takazi is welcome, because every token that comes in, mana value 3 or less, so we draw a card. I love that value. Anyways, that's the deck. We go over it at the end, the stats and everything. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, please leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more Brawl or even Explorer content. I'd be interested in getting into that as well, as Standard kind of draws on. You know, I like to explore other formats, so let me know if that's something you're interested in seeing. And of course, leave questions about the deck down below. Yeah, that's it for today. Let's get into the games. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the video. Alright, what is this? Kykar Wind's Fury. The goose! Oh, it's a bird wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 with flying. Sacrifice and add 1 mana. Red mana? That's pretty cool, actually. That card's sweet. Alright, we do have blue. We do go first. This card is sick, too. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If they don't, you create a treasure token, so it ramps us, unless they pay mana on their turn. Love it. We'll go for this first, though. Beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. Then if you have 7 or more cards, transform. So we'll probably start looking for interaction or things that we can play with this surveil, aka Scry. Alright, we'll definitely keep this. I don't know, like, if this is a deck that plays more control-y or not. We don't really have anything to do on this turn anyway, so we'll just go ahead and play that. Overbike, we do know this one. New card. Not a new card, I mean, but from Kamigawa. Return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. I think we'll pitch the land, actually. That's ramp, and also this card is just insanely good. Do we think they have removal? I think we just get this down for now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If they don't pay, we'll have 5. So we can't really do this, any combination of these plus enchantment or artifact in one turn yet. I think I'll hold and wait for that, because I don't know like what this deck does or what they're trying to do. Okay, we need a sweeper then. It's going to get frisky. I think I'll put that in the graveyard. Another tap land isn't great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could have 7 next turn. That would require playing this. I think we'll just jam our commander here. The Death Touch is nice. Let's make them have the removal. If they don't, we're going to start going with these. Okay, that's ramp. Uh-oh. What does that do? A new card. From, Dominaria United. Uh-oh. Equipment vehicles. 3 damage. Alright. Yeah. Ooh. This card is nice. That's a vehicle, not a creature, so we can counter that next turn. So if we're doing that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't play it and pay our tax. Wait, yes they can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They pay tax, play land. 1, 2. So they'd have enough to play it. So I think we'll just go for the Midnight Clock just to be safe. Bing bong. Then we'll hold up the veto. I don't want this to come onto the battlefield. I doubt they pay, but we'll see. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counter that. So we have 6 mana, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can play both of these. Okay. And sorry if I'm like going pretty slow, but again, I'm not familiar with all the cards like I am with the cards in Standard, so I tend to read them a lot. This is a sick card. I wish this was in Standard. All right, so I think to maximize, we'll play this first, and then we'll play this. So we get the trigger on here and the trigger on here. Then the turn after that, we can rebuke them, get rid of all their stuff, and swing in for big damage. This card is sweet too. Imagine this in the green-white enchantments deck. Alright, so everything gets a nice little boost. And hopefully they don't have a clean answer. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. May as well attack in here. We have Death Touch, so they have no good blocks, really. They could crew the hover bike, actually, which isn't the end of the world. Yeah, they just let it through. We are kind of without protection here, so something like, I don't know, a Farewell would be devastating. And I know there are tiers of commanders, and I don't know if, like, I feel like this probably isn't the best, one of the best ones, so. Alright, they just clear everything, that's fine. We don't need that. It's a ramp card. Very cool ramp card. Just get this down again. Gets an immediate buff. Next. Nothing to really send back on their side, so we'll hold on to this. Ooh. They pay, so maybe they don't have a play. Brotherhood's End for my enchantments? No. For my artifacts. I mean, is there any point? Don't give them the satisfaction. It's land, don't want that. We'll transform. So then we can click this and it says 2 and a blue, look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal a non-creature, put it into your hand and the rest in the bottom. Let's get this. And then the tokens just start taking over from here. Keep them taxed. They pay again. Uh-oh. I may Rivers Rebuke that. Let's see what we find here. Ooh. Yes, please. Alright, send it back. So they're dead here because if they play the Sylex again, we just Rivers Rebuke next turn. This says return all non-land permanents to target opponent's hand. And we get in for 7 damage a turn. Ivy, huh? This is going to be an obnoxious deck, I'm sure. This card is sweet. Target creature perpetually loses all abilities. Got the welcome. I'll actually keep this. No white, though. Well, actually, we do have white. I'm an idiot. Hello. That was cool. Well, I guess we'll go here, in case they try and play their Ivy. This gives us 1 mana of any color in the commander's color identity, so all of our colors. What does this do? Has Mutate. I think we need to stop that. I think we pay 2 life here, so we have Heartless Act up. Then next turn we'll play the Welcome, I think. We could Field of Ruin us, I guess. Feels bad if they do. Yeah, so now this is just a 1-3, which is nice. Alright, let's get the Welcome down. See if they hit us with the Field. They do not yet. Yeah, they do now. We have all our colors here anyway, but we need double blue for this counterspell. So, we'll pick an island, even though I guess we already have one, but that's okay. Maybe it makes them afraid of a 1-mana counterspell like Wash Away. No fear. Huh? Alright, let's get our card draw going with the Oracle. My favorite synergies commence. Black Lotus is nice. So now we do have Counterspell up, as well as Heartless Act. I think we Counterspell this, and then if they counter this, we can still Heartless Act, but we got them. Mono Black Tergrid. I miss Tergrid in Standard. We'll keep this. We've got the ramp with the Ornithopter. We have Buster removal here, and then just annoying the opponent here, so. We'll try and get this out on 2, I think. Or maybe the Bank Buster. Opponent going to be annoying. I think it's this, probably. Let's go with the Thopter. Oops. They're going to have a ton of removal, so getting this out is going to be hard, I think. Alright. They disciple us. Fair. Let's get Scry going. Or not Scry, but Surveil. I guess it's different because it goes in the graveyard. We take the 3. And they have a Braids. Alright. So I may want to settle the Wreckage here. Probably toss the Veto. Wait, toss the Veto? What am I talking about? Stupid. Mind Stone. Yeah, I'll take that. We want the ramp. If we're ramping here, we could go Buster and Mindstone, or we could go Mindstone and hold up Veto. So I think we'll pay 3 life. Just go like this. And then hold up the Veto. Okay, in for another 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, kind of. Autsies. I think I'll keep my hand how it is, please. One, two, three, 4. We don't have double black, though. This actually does nothing, so that can go in the bin. Farewell. Let's get the Buster down. Life total is dwindling. Whenever it deals combat damage, discard a card and create a zombie. That's cool. That is cool. Are we sacrificing? Did not think so. Looking for a land here, and I'll just farewell. Nice. So this is a tap land. There's an untapped land. Beautiful. Exile all creatures. Okay, they draw. Maybe I should have saved that for the Tergrid. This is a sick card. So wait. Whenever we sacrifice a non-token permanent or discard, they put it into on the battlefield. I don't think we want to land here. So what we're going to do is probably commit, and then next turn use the other side, which is each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7. Because they have more cards than we do, so. Yeah, that's fine. Oh wait, no, that's not fine. Oh, it's so bad. Alright, well, we're drawing. Oh. Not good. Okay. So in response, we will draw. Then we will cycle. Okay. And then we will crew. Then we'll give them the Bank Buster. Next turn we'll play Narset, which is a Planeswalker. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. And then we can look at the top 4 and put 1 in our hand. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, I'll take this. Start getting the gravy train rolling. If they play Tergrid again, in response, we'll sack the Mind Stone to draw a card. There's the Lantern. Alright, yeah, let's just draw here. Midnight Clock. Alright. Can only tap once here. Sacrifice token. Yep, we'll take this. This card is sick. And now they are in trouble. Play the other one as well. Getting that life gain. I can sack permanents for days. If they're going to spend mana to untap that and keep doing this, we'll just sack the other one. And then we get the Surveil off of this. Very nice indeed. Alright, we'll get rid of the Surveil because we have more draw here, and this gives us more tokens that we can sack, so. There's a lamp. So I think we're just putting counters. Back to 10. This one has more, so I think I'm just going to pump this one. Get it to 12. For those of you that don't know, the Midnight Clock is an artifact. You can tap it for blue mana. Lose 3 life here. Tap it for blue mana, or... Ooh, that's really bad. And then when it gets 12 counters on it, you shuffle your hand and graveyard into the library and then draw 7. So. Let's pump it. Ooh. That is a tasty card. I think we want more counters though, so we'll go like this. And we're going to give this Vigilance. And we're going to send it. They can block, but we just get it back. And they lose their Regent. Okay. Stopped us from getting life. That's fair. I missed Deadly Dispute, man. Alright, so on our turn, we'll draw 7. Nice. Jodah? Not the Jodah we're used to. Flying. You may pay Wooburg rather than pay the mana cost for spells that you cast. Interesting. So they're probably going to have a bunch of high mana cost spells that they try and play for 4. No blue. This is all very slow. So we can attack their hand on turn 1 with the Inquisition, which is target player reveals their hand and choose an online card. Mana value 3 or less, and they discard it, which is nice. And then we can play this on turn 2 to start looking for our lands. So even though this is a 2-lander, I think we'll keep. What you got? I think we take their ramp. What does this do? Beginning of your pre-combat main, each opponent loses X life and you gain X, where X is the number of shrines. So they're playing like a shrine deck. Interesting. We'll look for an untapped land here to play one of these. If not, then that's just unfortunate. Search for our planes, create an 0/4, and then gain 2 life. I mean, this is a really good card. We can exile their Jodah with it, so I guess we'll keep it. Even though it's not a land, we'll just play this. That's a really good card too. And we can play our 3-drops, so... Yeah, Sword of the Plowshares, mono white with instant 1 mana exile. Alright, yeah, so we'll keep this. Card's pretty decent. And then I think we'll just play this. I think the faster you get this down, the better. So then we can draw cards, create treasures, lose 1,000,000 life, but then hopefully gain it back eventually. A binding onto this, probably. I missed this card in Standard, too. Counterspell? Sure. We need to start, like, hard scrying for land, though. Or surveilling for land. This card is pretty cool. I haven't got a chance to use it yet, though. Does return up to X target artifact and or enchantments mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, what does that do? That's a land. As long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, it isn't a creature. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard if it was a land card. Add green or red, otherwise you gain 2 life, and this deals 2 damage. What? Card is busted. Alright, we're doing this then. Get rid of it. What does that say? Beginning of enchant players upkeep that player sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. Damn. Okay. I guess we need land. And we have this up. Target player discards a card for each shrine you control. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, this deck is cool. Only creature. Bad. So this triggers first, which means we get it back, so we'll not put this in the command zone. Send away the hive. +1. And then we're going to be soul partitioning, most likely. We'll do it at their end step. We'll soul partition this. And then we're discarding. We'll discard the 2 cards. We'll keep the counterspell. Give them this back. Counter on our clock. Veto? Yeah, we'll take that. Transform. How many shrines do they have? That's 1. Are any of these shrines? That's not a shrine. Oh, this is a shrine. So it's 2. Ugh! Alright. Let's look for a card that we're discarding then, and it's going to be this one. We'll keep Counterspell because it's more versatile in what we can counter. Chromatic Lantern. Alright. This is just like a ramp card. No. We'll counter that. We'll counter that. Says they can play an additional land, and then all their lands are every land type. Which means... Actually, are shrines a land type? If so, that'd be disgusting. Cool. Start getting things on the board. Unfortunately, the triggers happen that way. Alright, discard 2, so it'll be this one and this one. These are all just inherently better, and River's Rebuke will be very good here. This card is sick too. It says as long as your devotion to white and black is less than 7, it's not a creature. And then at the beginning of your end step, put a coin counter on another target creature. Whenever a creature with a coin counter on it dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So you're basically just taking all their stuff. Okay. We got a Kraken with hexproof. So we'll put this in tapped, and then I think we're just hitting them with the rebuke here. Send it all back. Alright, so now when that dies, we'll just get it back onto the battlefield. I think that's how it works. Alright, they go for Jodah again. And they go for a Kraken. Farewell's cool. I think... Because, like, they're just going to play all their stuff, right? And then what is the chapter 2 on this? They get to tap everything, huh? So I wonder if it's best just to farewell now. Probably. So we'll go all creatures, all enchantments. That gets rid of our thing. That sucks. But if we let them untap with this on the board, that's really bad for us, probably. We could also just Supreme Verdict, which is this. Alright. Decline. So we get it back, and then we play the Celestis, so we get another little token. Counter on this again. Fine, because they've got nothing to attack with. This card is cool too. Another alchemy card. So basically it's put 3 non-land cards into your hand from your library, and then they each cost 1 less. Okay. That's not good. Can't hit the planeswalkers.
Multiverse provides me with fascinating new experiences.
Calyx. Destiny's Hand. Exile target creature or enchantment you don't control until target enchantment you control leaves the battlefield. Alright. Decline. Alright, let's discover the formula here. Cool. We do have 1 mana counterspell up. Could be good. Let's take out the Planeswalker while we can. What's chapter 3 here? Gain control and untap it. I see. Make sure that stays under our control. We'll toss away Settle the Wreckage and Phyrexian. Oh, we don't have to. Just Settle the Wreckage then. Keeping up our 1 mana counterspell. Cheeky. It'll be interesting how these counters work then, huh? Meat hook for 3. I think we say no to that because we're going to farewell everything next turn. We can have that back. And this is counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, put it on the top of its opponent's library instead of the graveyard. Is this an artifact? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to have to hit all artifacts, all enchantments, after we smash in here. Go white. All enchantments, all artifacts. Yeah. I think we actually play this, so we start drawing cards now. They can hook us here. And I wonder where this is going to go. Let's just take action so they don't get it. Oh, it's the Wimpy Meat Hook. What does that say? If you pay 1, create a 1/1 token. Alright, let's get this back on the battlefield, and let's play the Anointed Procession as well. So now whenever we play an artifact or enchantment, we get 2 flying tokens. Right. Alright. Bring back their cruel reality. We'll sack. Then out the deck. Very cool fetch land. And I think we're just going to be tapping this here. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This card is sweet. Do you think they run Farewell? Hmm. Kinda tempting to go Narset here, so we can dig more.
There are so many mysteries with thoughtfulness before action.
Nice. We attack in, because we've got the blockers now. Alright, there's the Jodah. Creates a token. Sack a token. Draw 2. And they cycle. Alright. A land and Oracle. Nice. So this lets us draw a card off the welcome. It also has +1/+0 because of Alela. Alela? We could time warp here. See what we get off Narset first.
I have just the trick for this.
0 mana artifact. Nice. And then I think we'll activate this on their turn to see what we get, and then we'll use Time Warp next turn, which lets us take another turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, deals damage to any target equal to the number of shrines they control. That's not great. So we need to find a way to finish this. What does that say? Beginning of your upkeep. Alright, so we have 1 more turn. Well, I guess 2 more turns. Alright, let's take a look with the Sunken Ruin. Nice. Do they have anything in the graveyard? They have no creatures down there. I mean, this stops all their stuff from attacking. Ooh. Alright. Let's see. I think we can go another turn here. Okay. Cool. So this would have given everything +1/+1, so all we needed was to go Time Warp and then look for another artifact or enchantment, which then would have boosted everything a couple of times depending how many we drew, and then we just beat them down from there. Klothys. Oh, it's like that, what the last opponent was playing in their main deck. Ooh, that's kind of scary. So we need something to stop that, I think, early, and I don't think this is it. Alright, well, guess we're going with this. Let's get our brainstorm online, I suppose. Try and find an answer to this before they can play it. Like a wash away? No. It's target non-creature. Don't like that. I don't really know what we're going to be able to do if they get that down. I guess we could Elspeth Conquers Death, but we don't have the white mana for that. And they have the Lotus Cobra. I have a feeling this is going to be a tough little matchup here. Okay, they play it. We don't have any plays for 4 except our commander, which I guess wouldn't be the worst thing. But this is a tap land, so I think we just tap this and see what we find. Plowshare, nice. Alright, so we'll play the tap land, and then I guess we'll just pass. Because this is instant, so... does 2 damage to me. Ouch. I think there is an argument for exiling this Cobra, but I want to see if they play something like, I don't know, big and scary here. They do! Volatile Arsonist. Another standard card, get rid of it. Let's pay 3 life here, and let's get the Quandary down. This thing is really annoying, we need to get rid of that. But, still no white mana. Feels bad. Okay. Would you like to discard? They can probably afford to, yeah, pay the life here. We need our ramp. Alright, there's a white source. I think we just go for this. Then we tap. In response, they Dragon's Fire. Could have held up this to counter, I suppose, but... yeah, I'll take action. And we would have drawn the counter anyway. Feels bad. We get a good counter anyways. That's nice. Still in for 2 with the Cobra though. I hate to see that. Seems like they have removal for days. But... well, let's see what we get off of this first, I guess. Okay. Investigate what removal they have. Demon Bolt. And a Meteor Swarm. Alright, get rid of their bolt. This is a creature. Hmm. So in case they try and Bone Crusher Giantess, we'll keep this up. Just to counter that. I think we're going to lose this one though. No white mana, letting this just sit on the battlefield just wrecked us. They actually discard. Interesting. So we're dead next turn to the Klothys, right? I don't know if there's anything that we could get here that would save us. 3 damage. Not enough. Yeah, because that just kills us next turn. That's a tough one. Going first. On a red. Ooh, a Planeswalker. Sarkhan Fireblood. Discard a card if you do draw a card. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Dragon spells. So I wonder if this is just like mono red burn or actually dragons. I kind of like... well, the only thing I like here is the clock. You go first, so hopefully we draw something better, I guess. But kind of sus, actually. So... it's looking better. Let's keep this. Get the tap land down, and then I think we'll get a white source with the Fabled Passage. Although, I guess we have a white source here. Now, do we go Bankbuster? I think so. And then on 4 we go the Clockmaker. This card is sick. Apparently it's a very OP commander. We'll just draw with the Bankbuster and keep up Partition. Could partition this, but... okay.
What know you of dragons?
I know nothing of dragons. Can I have this back?
Impossible! I don't need this.
They draw and discard. Yeah, apparently, this commander is, like, disgusting. I think we're just swinging in. Next turn we will Passage. And then probably just draw with the Buster. We want to be able to pressure this when it comes down, because the Bank Buster can take it out, so. Chandra.
Worlds. So many opportunities to get lost.
Add 2 red,
Time for sparks to fly.
and then 2 damage to any target. Okay. Ooh. What does this do? 3 damage to target creature. Put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library and draw a card. Neat. Alright, let's get in there with the Seraph. Let's crew up. Let's put a counter here and we'll go Vigilance so we can still draw. Attack in.
Oh, my secret's been doused.
And I wanted to draw, so that's why I didn't make this a 5/4. Even though they can probably remove it here. But we're looking for artifacts now, so that we can start getting our tokens going, though I'm sure they have sweepers like Burn Down the House. I don't know if there's others in Explorer, there probably are. I feel like Red has a lot of cool cards that aren't necessarily all about like the red aggro burn stuff that we see in Standard now. I know they had like some cool land destruction stuff. Let's see if they take out the Seraph. I'm sure they will. Ooh. Deal X damage to any target. You may cast a spell with mana value X or less from your hand without paying the mana cost. That's cool. No fear of a counterspell. Love to see it. Electro Dominance. I feel like that's a sweet card. Ooh. When it enters the battlefield, seek a creature card of the most prevalent creature type in your library. Interesting. So I'm assuming it's a dragon. Maybe wrong, though. There's the one with the multiverse. And commit. Alright. So I guess we'll get another black source here. And we have 7, 8 mana. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we have 7 mana. Not enough to do these two, so we'll hold. And then we can draw and do commit on whatever big thing they play here. And then if we draw another land, we can just go one with the multiverse. Flying and Haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, each dragon card in your hand gains, it costs 1 less. Or forever. Okay, so they are dragons. Wonder if they're going to be afraid of Hall. Yep. We'll take the 1 here. Alright, so I think we want to commit the Whelp, and then we want to draw. Tick-tock. Alright, 1 with the multiverse time. We find a land. Unlucky. So, Farewell for artifacts seems really bad. We'll just let them do whatever big thing they're doing here. I was hoping that we wouldn't have a land on the top. But what can you do? This is another reason why I like this mode. You can play big stuff like one with the multiverse. hard cast from your hand. And in Standard, I feel like you're just dead by this point. And like everyone's playing ramp stuff as well. And I just like that like slower style of gameplay more, I think. And current Standard at least. So they get to resolve their commander basically for free.
Might demands power.
Unfortunately, this stipulates from your hand or from the top of the library. Oh. What? Unfortunate. Alright, welcome back to the post-game deck overview. That was our Alela Commander Esper deck. Ton of fun. I really liked Brawl. I had a really good time with the deck. We had a 71% win rate. There were 5 versions, 79 on the play, 67 on the draw, 27 and 11. Played it for about 6 hours, actually. Time kind of flies when you're having fun, I guess. I didn't really even realize it. But the latest version has a 68% win rate, 88 on the play, 57 on the draw. We went 15 and 7. And the change we made here was we took away 1 Cosmos Elixir and added the Tome of the Infinite. I feel like that just gives us so much more value. And then what else did we have? We experimented a lot with some stuff in the early versions. So we used to have Spirited Companions, the Birth of Meletis, which searches your library for planes, creates a 0/4 defender, and then gives you 2 life. We had Book of Exalted Deeds, Oath of Kaya, which is an enchantment, does 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. And then when an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control, it does 2 damage to that player, and you gain 2 more life. Then we also had the planeswalker Liliana, Waker of the Dead, which is +1. Each player discards a card. Each opponent who can't loses 3 life. Target creature gets -X/-X, where X is the number of cards in the grave, and then you get an emblem that says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Oh, God. Sorry. Apologies for your ears. Yeah, so we cut that, and then we added in a Wash Away, which is really, really good against commanders, because they come out of not the hand, so it's a 1-mana counter spell that counters the commander, which is kind of broken, honestly. Then we also added in Anointed Procession, which is creating basically double tokens, which synergizes with the other card. We added Archon of Sun's Grace, and then of course the commander. And then we added in Rusko the Clockmaker, because this card is just busted as well. And then we also added in Cathar's Crusade, and this is where I kind of wanted to take it more into like go wide tokens at the end game type of strategy. So we added in this to help with that. And then here, I thought the Ornithopter was where is it? Where is it? Yeah. So I thought the... Oh, here it is. I thought the Ornithopter was the Ornithopter of Paradise. So I was playing this thinking that it was tap and add a mana, but that's this card instead, so we made that change. Also took out the Mightstone and Weakstone and added in Swan Song, which counters target enchantment, instant, or sorcery spell. And then here we took out Sparring Regiment and the Restoration of Iganjo and added in Oracle of the Alpha and then Teferi's Deluge as another enchantment that just kind of annoys opponents. I had this one played against me, so that's why I added that in. And then, yeah, the last change, adding in Tome of the Infinite. And then that's where the deck is. So, yeah, I mean, obviously it's Brawl. There's no ranked mode, so there's no, like, ranking or anything. But I had a ton of fun. I really like seeing the combinations that people play. And, yeah, I like the fact that it's 100 cards, first of all, and also that it's singleton, which, yeah, I really enjoy. So if you're interested in seeing more Brawl content, let me know, because, you know, I'd be interested in making more of these videos if you enjoyed. And then also Explorer I'd be interested in diving into as well and trying to tackle that meta. I explored Explorer a little bit before, but I think I only have like 2 videos on it, and that's a series I'd be interested in picking up again, so let me know what you think. Yeah, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. Again, let me know if you want to see more Brawl content, and I will see you in the next video.